Okay, I don't know if you guys can join. Oh, I see some of you are already here. I really don't know what happened. I was filming and then suddenly the YouTube screen that I have going on the side just stopped. Can you see me? Let's see if we can do this right. I hope so. Okay, and let me see if I can share this. How could I share this? All right. I'm going to quickly make a quick email to myself. October 31st, part 2. I don't know. Yes, we're back. Okay. Okay. I thought it was me too. The YouTube just stopped and we were still able to actually do live right here. Hi, everybody. So sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay. I see you too, Jennifer. Oh my gosh. Wow. Hi, Jackie, Linda, Annette, Catherine. Okay, I'm so glad that you guys are back. I really don't know what could have happened. And this is the first time in the 33 times that we've done this that this has happened. So it's a very strange experience because it has been um, otherwise going so smoothly. Yeah, part deux, right? That's how I feel too. Part deux. Let me try to get it on my screen as well so I can follow you. Thank you, Jordan, for fixing that. Duh. Okay, good. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to continue, guys, and I hope you guys can continue as well. Unfortunately, we lost about maybe 8 to 10 minutes. Yeah, it is 2020 after all, Judy, right? Oh my goodness. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to try to continue and try not to let this derail what I was doing. Can you see okay? Yes? All right. Good. Good, good. Strange how that happens. I was just drawing away and then suddenly I saw my screen change on the side and I don't know why. I hope everybody's doing okay, that it wasn't too frustrating an experience on your end. This felt like teaching public school there for a minute when we get kicked off all the Google Meets and you've got 75% of the kids with good connection and then 25 not at all. And it's never the same 25 and it's just yeah, it just felt like what we've been experiencing since the beginning of the school year at our high school. Again, I'm still going extremely lightly on my pen. You know how crucial that is. Okay, are you back in the groove, everybody? Sorry that this really definitely messed it up a little bit for some of you. Okay. I showed recently my fountain pen to my French 1 class. I was trying to explain to them that in France, the use of fountain pen is, still pretty much encouraged in schools. We certainly don't write with pencil. Pencil is exclusively for drawing in France. And my students had a really hard time with the idea of spending more than $2 on a pen. They're like, why would you spend money on a pen? Um, because, you know, we think a pen is kind of like it's a personal thing. It's a tool. We're very much less about disposable tools in Europe than we are here in the U.S. But yeah, the thought of keeping a pen for more than a year, let alone 33 years, which is the case for this Mont Blanc that I've been using, that my stepfather gave me. That was a very foreign concept for my students. They were really grappling with that thought, like, ooh. Yeah, and I think it's true that it is like a family jewel. You pass it on. In some families, it is jewels, and it's true that the gift of a good writing tool is definitely something that is not as common, I would say, in the US as it is in Europe, definitely in France. Oh my gosh. I did not know that, Karen. Did not know that. But I did also read that Bic, which is obviously the brand of my pen here, made in France, was not the inventor of the ballpoint. Of course, it was Biro or Biro. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right. But Bic made the pen an affordable tool for everybody, and that was the genius of that. And this is why also in drawing faces with France for November, as I did in October and in September, I truly believe in using the simplest tools, the tools that you can find not necessarily in an art store, but everywhere at all. Yeah. Because I don't want people to think that you have to have expensive materials to create good art. It was never the case and will never be the case. I really like this so far. You don't see it exactly the way I do because my camera definitely has a way um, of lightening things up, which makes it not quite the way it really looks. But at the end of the broadcast, I will show it to my computer camera. It'll be better. Hmm. Yeah, Jenny, I found that I forgot to do it right here, and I lay myself my own little trap. I know. This is such an enjoyable portrait to draw from. I can't wait to do a live again with a fountain pen, with the fountain pen that I was, showing to my French one class the other day, my favorite one. Oh wow. Ute, the idea of saving money to buy something is a pretty foreign concept in the American culture here. I think buying with a credit card is more like the way people do things here. I know I certainly am a big fan of saving up the money, but that's a cultural thing. I think it really is. Okay, how are we doing, everybody? Okay? Yes? It's looking a little darker on the screen. I can see that. I cannot wait actually to post this on Sktchy Art School in the group Drawing with France, because you will see what it actually looks like. It's looking quite different than what I see on the screen. I see Chris going, yay, and I wonder why. What is going on, Chris? You say yay. What is the yay about? Is it about the pens? I'm dying to know now. I make a pretty strong case in the November class during lesson 2 as I draw one of my favorite muses about leaving things unfinished. And oh, Chris, okay, you found part 2. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I make a strong case about walking away from a drawing even though it is unfinished, because you can still learn. In fact, you have a better chance to learn if it's still enjoyable than if you try to push it like, past that point where it's not enjoyable anymore. And when you get to that point and you're like, I still have, then I think the learning gets affected. I think because learning comes with enjoyment and eagerness. And once that's gone, and if you try to push past that, you're going to run into the opposite of what you're trying to achieve. And I strongly, strongly recommend to recognize when that point is where you feel that the drawing is quote unquote done, you know? Even though it may not be done from a visual standpoint, like someone will look at it and be like, oh my gosh, you didn't draw, you know, fill in the blank, the mouth. Oh my gosh, you didn't draw the hair. The finishing of a drawing is something that is very, very personal, very subjective. And I say this over and over, but very elastic. It doesn't have to be the same thing every single time. This depends on a lot of things. It depends on us when we draw. It depends on the drawing itself, the muse, what we draw from, what we draw on. There are so many factors coming into this whole picture, you know. But I think that the one to keep really, really a close finger on, you know, like the finger on the pulse of is when do you stop enjoying a drawing? That point should be where you feel free to be like, okay, I'm done. You know, like I'm done with this one. It's okay. Because that point has happened to me over and over. And trying to push past that point is, I want to say, almost dangerous, because you're running the risk of making it much less enjoyable now and in the future, knowing how now made you feel. Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. I'm rambling a little bit. So happy you signed up for November, Kelly. I'm glad. Mm-hmm. Ute, I entirely agree with you about saving. Yeah. It doesn't mean that I'm, not buying my car on credit. That's for sure. But yeah. Yeah. So Anne, I'm with you here. Okay. When you say you're having fun trying to figure out when to stop with this one. Okay. So for instance, I wouldn't be surprised if we stop this drawing because we still have about 7 minutes. It's not going to go much beyond what we've got now. But at least what we've got, at least for me, I'm happy with. I'm happy with because I did the kind of marks that I like making. And trust me, it doesn't always come out that way for me. Sometimes I make them too long when I really should have kept them short. It's just, it doesn't always jive. It doesn't always work. And today, even though I am going to walk away from a fairly unfinished drawing, I'll be happy about what's there. Ultimately, you want to get to that point. To be happy with what you just did. And by happy, okay, let's not get carried away, but, at least like feeling as though you've learned something and you can take that something onto the next drawing, etc., etc. So if I were to give you any piece of advice regarding this, I would rather you did 10 unfinished drawings rather than 2 beautifully finished ones. Because quote unquote finishing, it cannot be the goal. Learning is the goal. And I'm glad if you think that I make sense, Jenny. Because that's where it's at. It's in the learning, it's in the enjoying, it's in the wanting to come back, to the page. Because unless there's that enjoyment, there's not going to be any motivation to do it again. So let me ask you, those of you who found the link to the second broadcast, the second half, How did you find the link? Let me know, because those of you who are here, you seem to have found me right away. So let me know. Okay. Also, I'm going to put the reminder by Sktchy that today is the last day to get 80% off a second class if you buy two. BOGO 80. Okay. And Monday, my new class, Drawing Faces with France, is starting for the month of November. I told you I've already filmed a couple of our classes, a couple of our lessons within the class. I should not mix my terms here, and it's been a pleasure so far. Again, with a big emphasis on, where do we stop? What do we consider done, Oh, okay, thank you, John. I'm glad. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, Sktchy is telling us this is a good opportunity to ask you all to subscribe to the YouTube channel. This way you'll know about all the live broadcasts, even unexpected part twos. Yeah, we did not expect this one today, did we? I certainly didn't. We had never run into a glitch like this in 33 of them. Oh, okay, good. All right, Christine, I'm glad to hear that. That's good. We're going to wrap things up so that I do not encroach for 1 second onto the live that Lisa is starting at 1. Lisa Filion has a live coming up, and it sounds pretty neat. So let's not miss that. I'm really enjoying drawing this muse. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? It's 12:59. That's the end for me. So thank you, Sktchy, for helping with the little tech difficulties today. Head over to Lisa's live. It's starting pretty much now. I will see you next week. And on Monday, my new November edition of Drawing Faces with France is starting. Thank you for your patience today. I'll see you next Saturday. And those of you who signed up for November, everything is starting on Monday. Okay, thanks everybody. Thanks for being here. Ciao. As I say always, besos y abrazos. Okay? Ciao, everyone. Mwah, mwah. It's 1 o'clock. It's my cue to go. Bye. I'll see you next week. Okay? Ciao, everyone.